Hello everybody, my name is Dratnos, and welcome to This Week in Mythic Plus. This week's affixes are actually kind of the same between both Legion and Shadowlands keys. Let's see, where did my keystones go? There they are, alright. So the Legion affixes are Tyrannical, Bursting, Volcanic, Infernal, and the Shadowlands affixes are Tyrannical, Raging, Volcanic, Tormented. So both are Tyrannical, Volcanic. We do have Raging in Shadowlands and Bursting in Legion, and of course the different seasonal affixes, if seasonal affixes are happening at the key levels you're up to. Third week of Legion dungeons as well. There's going to be one more week, which will be back to the other fortified week, and then it'll go away on the 4th, or the 5th, I guess, in Europe. And I guess it's basically, it's confirmed now that there are two sets of Legion affixes. There's the one Tyrannical week this week, and then there's that fortified week we had last week, and there's just those two, and it just alternates between those two. And I guess it'll probably alternate every time that Legion Time Walking comes up. It'll be one of those 2 weeks. So neither of those weeks are particularly bad. The Shadowlands affixes quite good as well. If you look at the calendar for affixes, probably the best Tyrannical week, maybe the Bursting Volcanic one is up there as well. So looking for getting getting your score for the season, this is a very good time to do it. Also, if you're trying to get yourself the season cutoff, right? If you're trying to get yourself Tormented Hero, which is the title for top 0.1% of the leaderboard, Raider.io actually has a tracker for what that currently would be, the season rating cutoff. So here's the NA one, for instance. Caveat being here that we are not 100% sure how Blizzard's going to calculate this, right? Are they taking into account every character who's ever done a key? Are they taking into account every character who's ever gotten to 1,000 score or higher, which is kind of what they do for PvP? Or are they counting multiple characters on the same account? All those sorts of things are questions that I guess would slightly affect all this data. And also Raider.io doesn't have the data for some characters based on which server they're on, right? If you're on a very heavily populated server and you do a low run late in the week, it doesn't show up on the API. So there might be people who have score, who've done a key, who don't show up on the Raider.io side of things. So all of that could affect these numbers, but mostly the numbers are also just going to fluctuate. I mean, they're just going to go up, right? This is probably going to be the week where these jump the most after last week, probably up to, I don't know, 2,800 for Horde, 2,750 for Alliance, something like that would be my guess at the end of the week. But you can always come back and check this page if you are looking for earning that title, that Tormented Hero title. And you can keep track of where everybody else is at across the whole thing as well, where all the sort of cutoffs are among people who've ever done a key. Is how this is being calculated. And you can see how things are different in the different regions as well. Pretty similar numbers. You can see Europe actually about 50 points more competitive on Horde, 10 points more competitive on Alliance. Korea, even higher. And Taiwan is also higher than EU and NA. So NA definitely NA Alliance, that's the easiest path to your title if you're looking for a way to get this done. And actually the number of characters that are in those spots as well. The top 580 are going to get this title on Horde side. So if you're looking for that, that's a little resource. I'll put a link to it in the description below, or you can just find it here. And yeah, this is the week to do it. This is potentially the last good Tyrannical week of the season. It's unclear, right? It depends on when the patch comes out. But let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks until the next pretty good Tyrannical week, right? So that would start on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would start on February the 1st. Would be week number 8 on the calendar here. So I guess we'll probably get back to that before the patch, but you never know, right? Like the patch could launch here. The patch could launch here. I think those would be on the early end for when the next patch could launch, but it could come out. And they could even do the patch. I think they've said it's the patch and then 1 week and then the raid. So I guess they probably won't do the patch that much before the raid, but either way, whenever the patch comes out, there's a good chance the season will be over. Or it could last for one more week, but it'll probably just be over instantly when the patch comes out. So, yeah, time is closing for earning that title if that's something that you're going after. Obviously, not very many people will be able to go after it, right? Only a couple hundred people on each server because it's top 0.1%, which is a pretty small number, but it's a pretty cool title. So good luck if that is something that you're chasing. And definitely this week is going to be a good one to really get ahead on that race, getting that Tyrannical score that, of course, we all need now. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Good luck out in the keys this week. Affix-wise, not too much to worry about. Of course, Soothes, very valuable this week. Most groups have a Soothe from a Rogue, although maybe the Rogue doesn't know they have a Soothe, depending on what rogue they are. You also have Hunters, Druids that can provide that Soothe. That can be very useful on some pulls. But the Raging Tyrannical, you know, when a Tyrannical trash mob is raging, it's not doing that much more damage than if it was fortified, right? I mean, it is doing more, but it's not that much more. So it's pretty manageable compared to, you know, Raging Fortified. Those can really track you, those mobs. So yeah, not too impactful affixes, especially if you have a good Soothe for the particularly scary mobs. Just blast through the dungeons, save yourself enough time for bosses. This is a good week to do high keys, though, because the affixes don't slow you down very much. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.